Madame Butterfly. The play takes place in Japan, in Madame Butterfly's little house at the foot of Higashi Hill, facing the harbor. Everything in the room is Japanese, save the American locks and bolts on the doors and windows, and an American flag fastened to a tobacco jar. Cherry blossoms are abloom outside and inside. A sword rack, a shrine on which lie a sword and a pair of men's slippers, a chest of drawers on top of which is a tray containing 2 red poppies, rouge, powder, and hair ornaments, a stand for the tobacco jar and tea, are the only pieces of furniture in the room. As the curtain rises, Madame Butterfly is spraying the growing flowers with a small watering pot. She snips off 2 little bunches, lays them on a plate of rice which she sets reverently on the shrine, then kneels, putting her hands on the floor, her forehead on them.
Oh, Shakai, hail, hail, also perceive, look down, I have brought a sacrifice of flowers and new rice. Also, I am quite clean. I am shivering with cleanness. Therefore, grant that Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton may come back soon.
She rises, clasps her hands, and comes down to a floor cushion, and sits, fanning herself. Suzuki, entering with a low bow.
Madame Butterfly's wish?
Suzuki, inform me, if it please you, how much more nearer beggary we are today than yesterday.
Aye.
She takes some coins from a small box in her sleeve, and lays them in 3 piles on her palm, touching them as she speaks.
Rin, yen, sen.
Madame Butterfly, reprovingly.
Suzuki, how many time I tellin you, no one shall speak anything but those United States languages in these Lieutenant Pinkerton's house.
She pronounces his name with great difficulty.
Once more, and I put you outside, Shoji. That's one thing everybody got recollect account. It is American house. His wife, his maid.
Suzuki, mouthing to herself, making no sound, counting on her fingers.
$2.
She drops the money into the box, giving it to Madame Butterfly.
Oh, how we waste my husband's beautiful monies. That's shame. Most gone.
This money have kept us 2 year. What's happened to us now if he don't come back?
Madame Butterfly, scoffing, putting the money in her sleeve.
If he don't come back, course he come back. He's gone so long account he's got business in those his large country. If he's not come back to his house, why he signed Japanese lease for 999 year for me to live? Why he put American lock to bolt it door, to shut it window? Answer me those question.
Suzuki, doubtfully.
I don't know.
Of course you dunno. You don't know which either. Will I go and tell you? To keep out those which are out, and in those which are in. That's me.
She rises, goes to the window, and looks out.
But he don't write no letter.
American men don't never write letter. No time.
Suzuki, cynically.
Aye. I didn't even know American Navy man with Japanese wife come back.
Madame Butterfly, impassively, her eyes narrowing.
Speak concerning marriage once more, you die.
She fans herself. Suzuki salams and backs quickly towards the door. Madame Butterfly clasps her hands, and Suzuki pauses.
Don't come back. Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton, don't come back. Ha! Me! I know when he comes back. He told me. When he going away, he say, in those doors, Madame Butterfly, I have had very nice time with my Japanese sweetheart. So now I going back to my own country, and here's money, and don't worry about me. I come back when Robin's nest again. Ha ha! That's when he come back, when Robin's nest again.
She sways her head triumphantly from side to side, fanning herself. Suzuki, not impressed.
Yes, I didn't like ways he said it, like those.
She imitates a flippant gesture of farewell. Madame Butterfly, laughing.
That's American way saying goodbye to girl. Yes, he come back when robin's nest again. Sure, sure.
She clasps her hands with delight. Suzuki, with a look of unbelief, starts to go.
Say, why no shoe on your face for? Such a fools.
Looking towards the window,
Oh, look, Suzuki, a robin's. The first day spring. Go, see if he stay for nest.
Suzuki, looking.
It is a robin's, oh Juju-san.
Madame Butterfly, running to the window.
Oh, oh,
But he's fly away.
oh. How they are slow this year. Say, see if you don't find one that's more industrial and domestics.
Suzuki, looking out.
There are none yet.
But soon they nest now. Suzuki, when we see that ship come in, say, then we go and put flowers everywhere. And if it's night, we go and hang up most 1,000 lanterns. Uh-huh.
No got money for 1,000.
We'll 20 maybe. And say, when we see him coming quick up path,
Imitates.
so,
Lifts her kimono and strides in a masculine fashion.
to look for little wife, me just go and hide behind Georgie.
Making 2 holes with her wet finger in the low paper soji and peeking through.
And watch, and make believe me gone away. Leave little note saying, goodbye, sayonara, butterfly. Now he come in,
Hides.
and then he gets angry, and he says all kinds of American language. Devils, hells. But before he get too angry, me run out and flew around his neck.
She illustrates with Suzuki, who is carried away and embraces her with fervor.
Say, you no flew round his neck, just me.
They laugh in each other's arms.
Then he'll sit down and sing this little American song. Oh, how he'll laugh.
She sings as though not understanding a word of it.
I call her the belle of Japan, of Japan. Her name it is O Cho-Cho-san, Cho-Cho-san. Such tenderness lies in her soft almond eyes. I tell you, she's just Ichiban. Then I'll dance like when I was geisha girl.
She dances as Sharpless, an American consul, arrives in the doorway, followed by the Nakoto.
This is the house, Your Excellency.
Sharpless, removing his clogs outside.
You may wait.
Nakoto bows, and Sharpless enters.
I beg pardon.
Madame Butterfly, still dancing, begins the song again. Sharpless goes to the door, and knocks to attract her attention.
Ah,
Suzuki, bowing low, leaves the room.
This is Madame Cho-Cho-san?
no, I am Mrs. Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton.
I see. Pardon my interruption. I am Mr. Sharpless, the American consul.
Madame Butterfly, once more salaaming to the ground, drawing in her breath between her teeth to express pleasure.
Oh, your honorable excellency, good night. No, not night yet. Excuse me, I'm little rattle. I mean, good morning, good evening. Welcome to American house. Most welcome to American girl.
Pointing to herself. They both bow.
Be seat.
Sharpless sits on a cushion on the floor, and Madame Butterfly sits at a little distance. There is a slight pause.
How are those health? You sleeping good? How are that honorable ancestors? Are they well? And those parents? That grandmother, how are she?
Thanks. They're all doing well, I hope.
Madame Butterfly. She clasps her hands. Suzuki enters and puts the little stand between them and leaves the room.
Except pipe, your excellency. Oh, I forgetting. I have still of those large American cigarettes.
Madame Butterfly gestures towards Pinkerton's tobacco jar decorated with the flag of his country. Sharpless, accepting a cigarette while she fills her pipe.
Thanks. I'm on a little visit of inquiry, Madame Butterfly. Your name, I believe, in our language. Lieutenant Pinkerton wrote to me to find out.
Madame Butterfly, almost breathless.
Ah, you have heard from him? He is well?
Oh, he's all right.
Madame Butterfly, relieved.
Ah, that's make me most best happy female woman in Japan, maybe in that whole world. What do you think?
Ah, oh,
Puffing at the cigarette.
sawdust. Pinkerton must have left these.
Oh, I am so glad you came. I gonna ask you a little question.
Well,
You know about birds in those your country?
something.
That's what I think. You know everything. That's why your country send you here.
You flatter me.
Oh no, you got big head.
Pinkerton again. I can hear him.
Oh, excuse me, I forget in my manners. I got little more rattle.
She offers him her pipe, which he gravely touches, returning it. She touches it again, then puts it down.
Now, what do you know about just robins?
What?
About when do they nest again? Me, I think it must be more early in Japan as in America, account they nest in here now.
Oh, at the same time, I fancy.
Madame Butterfly, disappointed.
Yes? Then they's nest in there.
Then taking hope again.
Say, I tell you, perhaps sometime sooner, sometime later, just how they feel like.
Possibly. Why do you ask?
Because Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton say he will come back to me when the robins nest again.
Sharpless, to himself.
Poor devil. One of his infernal jokes.
Madame Butterfly, clapping her hands.
Me, I think it's time. I've waited so long.
Suzuki enters with a teapot. Madame Butterfly gives Sharpless a cup of tea. Nakoto, appearing at the door.
Tea, most illustrious.
Ah, enter, Nakoto. Your presence lights up my entire house.
She gives him a cup. Accepting it, he goes up to a cushion and sits.
That's bad man. When my husband's gone way, he try forget me marry again.
The rich Yamadori, Madame Cho-Cho-san, is very poor.
Madame Butterfly, bowing politely.
Oh, little old friend, these are my business.
Rejected advice makes the heart sad.
Well, if those heart hurt you so much, you better not arrive here no more.
Madame Butterfly, may I ask, where are your people?
They have outcasted her.
Say, that's funny. My people make me marry when I don't want. Now I am married, they don't want. Before I marry Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton, my honorable father,
She bows low. Nakoto bows. Sharpless bows.
die. He's officer. These are his sword.
Pointing to an inscription.
'Tis written,
She holds out the sword that the inscriptions may be read. Nakoto, reading.
To die with honor, when one can no longer live with honor.
He bows, then turns and bows towards the shrine, and goes back to his cushion where he sits.
he's kill himself, account he's soldier of emperor and defeat in battle. Then we get, oh, very poor. Me, I go dance little. Also, I think if some rich man wish me, I get marry for a while, account my grandmother.
She bows respectfully. Nakoto bows. Sharpless politely nods.
Don't got no food, no obi. Then old Nakoto, he say,
Nakoto picks up his cushion and moves down to join in the conversation.
man's just asked him for nice wife for 3 months. Nakoto tell him he don't know none more nicer as me.
Nakoto, salaaming.
Nizar as you.
Madame Butterfly, salaaming.
Nicer as me.
Sharpless, looking from one to the other.
Couldn't be nicer.
He salaams profoundly. Then all salaam.
Then Nakoto say,
I don't like him account he Merikajin.
he also remark with me that he is barbarian and beast. But everyone say, yes, take him, beast, he's got monies. So I say, for just little while, perhaps I can stand. So Nakoto bring him.
For look at meeting.
Madame Butterfly, laughing.
Me? Well, I think that day Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton is just a god. Gold button, lace on his unicorn. At first I frightened. He hold my hands so close, like...
She illustrates by giving both hands to Sharpless.
And kiss. Japanese girl, no like kiss. But when Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton kiss me, I like very much. What's use lie? It's not inside of me.
Noticing that her hands are still in Sharpless's,
Oh, I beg your honorable pardon.
she tucks her hands into her sleeves.
So we's getting married, and then his ship order away, and me, I'm just waiting. Sometimes crying, sometimes watching, but always waiting.
Nakoto, in the doorway, bowing with servility.
My client, the prosperous Yamadori, approaches for the third time today.
Now I have my little joke again. You watch. He comes all time to make smash with me.
Pinkerton slang.
Yamadori enters, attended by 2 servants. Sharpless rises and bows ceremoniously. Madame Butterfly does not rise, but bends her head and fans herself coquettishly. The 2 servants squat.
Mr. Sharpless, always a pleasure to meet you here, or in New York.
Thanks, Mr. Yamadori.
Madame Butterfly, coquettishly.
You have something nice say to me again today?
Perseverance shall be the religion of my life, until the capricious butterfly deigns to believe me.
You go and tell me again you kill yourself I don't make kiss with you.
Yamadori, very much embarrassed, looking at Counsel.
Oh,
You can speak. Consul no. I've been telling him about your little foolishness.
such treatment, Mr. Sharpless, is one of the penalties we incur when madly in love with a charming woman.
That's very nice.
Winks behind her fan at Sharpless.
Heavens, Pinkerton's very wink.
Madame Butterfly gives a cup of tea to Yamadori, who drinks it and rolls a cigarette. Yamadori, to Sharpless.
I am in Japan for 2 months. A pleasure trip. Do you blame me?
Pointing to Madame Butterfly.
Every time he come home get another woman. Must have more'n 8 now.
But I married them all.
Oh, he just marry whenever he think about it.
You shall be different. I will bury you with my ancestors.
To Sharpless.
I offered her 1,000 servants.
Nakoto, stunned.
1,000?
Fans.
And a palace to live in.
The Nakoto is overcome by such generosity.
Everything her heart can wish.
Ha!
Is that not enough?
She shakes her head.
Then in the presence of this statesman of integrity, I will give you a solemn writing.
Sharpless gives him a quizzical glance.
Is that enough?
What's good of that to married womans?
Pointing to herself.
According to the laws of Japan, when a woman is deserted, she is divorced.
Madame Butterfly stops fanning and listens.
Though I have traveled much abroad, I know the laws of my own country.
And I know laws of my husband's country.
Yamadori, to Sharpless.
She still fancies herself married to the young officer. If your excellency would explain.
Madame Butterfly, to Sharpless.
Say, when someone getting married in America, don't he stay married?
Usually, yes.
Well, that's all right. I'm married to Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton.
Yes, but a Japanese marriage.
Matrimony is a serious thing in America, not a temporary affair, as it often is here.
Yes, and you can't like American mans. Japanese got too many wives, eh?
Sharpless, laughing.
We are not allowed more than one at a time.
Yes, and you can't divorce wife like here by saying, walk it back to your parent, eh?
Oh, no.
That's right. Exactly. When I asked Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton, he explained those law to me of getting divorced in those United States. He say no one can get except he stand up before judge 2, 3, 4, 7 year. Very tiresome. First, the man he got tell those judge all he know about womans. Then womans she got tell. Then some lawyer quarreled with those judge. The judge get jury and ask what they think. And if they don't know, they'll all get put in jails. That's all right.
Folds hands.
Your friend has told her everything she wanted him to tell her.
Madame Butterfly, who has paid no attention.
That's very nice too, that American god.
I beg your pardon?
Once times, Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton.
Yamadori, aside to Sharpless.
Pinkerton again?
He's in great troubles, and he said, God help me, and sunshine came right out. And God he did. That's very quick. Japanese gods take more time. Everything quick in America. Me, sometime I think I pray a large American god to get him back soon, but no use. He don't know me where I live.
Attracted by a sound.
What's that? You hear?
No.
Madame Butterfly runs to the window and listens. Then takes up the glasses while Sharpless speaks in a low voice to Yamadori.
Lieutenant Pinkerton's ship was due yesterday. His young wife from America is waiting here to meet him.
At the word wife, Yamadori smiles, takes his fan from his sleeve, and fans himself. The Nakodo, who is listening, is struck by an idea, and departs in such haste that he tumbles over one of Yamadori's attendants, who jabbers at him.
I'm devilish sorry for that girl.
Then tell her the truth.
Excuse me, but I always hear him sound like ship gun. That's naturals.
Yamadori, preparing to go.
Good morning, Mr. Sharpless.
Shaking hands. Turning to Madame Butterfly.
I leave you today. Tomorrow, the gods may prompt you to listen to me.
He bows. Madame Butterfly, bowing.
Maybe.
Yamadori and attendants go off, bowing. She turns to Sharpless.
Maybe not. Say, somehow couldn't you let that Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton know there's other all crazy about me?
Madame Butterfly, sit down.
While she, struck by his solemn manner, looks at him and obeys, he removes the teapot and sits on the stand, to the astonishment of Madame Butterfly.
I'm going to read you part of a letter I have received from Pinkerton.
He takes a letter from his pocket.
Oh, just let me look at those letters.
She slips it under her kimono on her heart, and, with an indrawn breath, hands it back.
Now, read quick, you most best nice man in all the whole world.
Sharpless reads.
Find out about that little Jap girl. What has become of her? It might be awkward now. If little Butterfly still remembers me, perhaps you can help me out and make her understand. Let her down gently. You won't believe it, but for 2 weeks after I sailed, I was dotty in love with her.
Sharpless is amazed to see Madame Butterfly convulsed with silent joy.
Oh, the gods, how it was sweet.
Why, really...
That's what I'm afraid, that he loved me so much he's going to desert his country and get in trouble with American Eagle. What do you think? Oh, it's more better I wait than those.
Sharpless, folding the letter.
No use. You can't understand. Madame Butterfly, suppose this waiting should never end. What would become of you?
Me? I could dance, maybe, or die?
Don't be foolish. I advise you to consider the rich Yamadori's offer.
Madame Butterfly, astonished.
You say those? You American consul? When you know that me, I am married.
You heard Yamadori. It is not binding.
Yamadori lies.
His offer is an unusual opportunity for a girl who... for any Japanese girl in your circumstances.
Madame Butterfly, enraged. She claps her hands.
Suzuki, the excellent gentleman,
Bowing sarcastically.
who have done us the honor to call, he wished to go hurriedly. His shoes, hasten them.
Suzuki, who has entered carrying a jar, gets Sharpless's clogs and gives them to him, then passes off with her jar. Sharpless, holding the clogs awkwardly.
I'm really very sorry.
No, don't be angry. But just now you told me... Oh, gods, you mean...
Looks at him pitifully.
I not Lieutenant B.F. Pinkerton's wife? Me?
Hardly.
Oh,
She sways slightly. Sharpless goes to her assistance, but she recovers and fans herself.
That's all right. I got little heart illness. I can't some ways give up thinking he'll come back to me. You think that's all over? All finish?
Dropping her fan. Sharpless nods assent.
Oh no. Love, don't forget some things, or what's use of love?
She claps her hands, beckoning off.
Love's got remember.
Pointing,
Some things.
a child enters.
A child? Pinkertons?
Madame Butterfly, showing a picture of Pinkerton's,
Look, look.
holding it up beside the child's face.
That's just his face. Same hair, same blue eye.
Does Lieutenant Pinkerton know?
No, he come after he go.
Looking at the child with pride.
You think father never comes back? That's what you think? He do. You write him letter. Tell him 'bout one best, most nice baby ever seen. I bet all mornings he go and come most 1,000,000 mile for see those child. Surely this is time. Baby. Say, you didn't mean what you said about me not being married. You make little joke?
Moved, Sharpless nods his head in assent, to the great relief of Madame Butterfly.
Ha!
She lays the baby's hand in Sharpless's.
Shake hand, Consul American way.
Sharpless, shaking hands with the child.
What's your name?
Trouble. Japanese baby always change it name. I was thinking someday when he come back, change it to Joy.
Yes, I'll let him know.
Glad to escape, he takes an abrupt departure. Suzuki in the distance wailing.
I.
As well.
Suzuki nearer.
Oh, Choo-Choo-san!
Madame Butterfly goes to the door to meet Suzuki.
Choo-Choo-san!
Speak.
We are shamed through the town. The Nakoto.
Nakoto appearing.
"Aye, but," said the child.
He points to the baby, whom Madame Butterfly instinctively shelters in her arms.
Was a badge of shame to his father. In his country there are homes for such unfortunates, and they never rise above the stigma of their class. They are shunned and cursed from birth.
Madame Butterfly, who has listened stolidly, now with a savage cry, pushing him away from her until he loses his balance and falls to the floor.
You lie!
Nakoto on the floor.
But Yamadori,
Madame Butterfly touching her father's sword.
Lies, lies, lies. Say again, I kill. Go,
The Nakoto goes quickly.
baby. He lies. Yes, it's lie. When your father knows how they speak, he will take us away from bad people to his own country. I am finished here.
Taking the American flag from the tobacco jar and giving it to the child.
That's your country, your flag. Now wave like father say when excite. Wave like hell.
Waves the child's hand.
Ha, ha.
A ship's gun is heard.
Ah.
Madame Butterfly and Suzuki start for the balcony. Madame Butterfly runs back for the child as the gun is heard again. Then, returning to the Soji, looks through the glasses.
Look, look, warship. Wait, can't see name.
Let me.
No, name is Connecticut. His ship, he's come back, he's come back.
Laughing, she embraces Suzuki, then sinks to the floor.
He's come back. Those robins' nests again, and we didn't know. Oh, baby, baby, your father come back. Your father's come back. Oh.
Shaking a bough of cherry blossoms, which fall on them both.
This is the best, nice moment since you was born. Now your name's Joy. Suzuki, the moon goddess sent that baby straight from bridge of heaven to make me courage to wait so long.
Ah, ship's in.
Madame Butterfly, rising in great excitement.
Hurry, Suzuki, his room.
Suzuki pulls out a screen to form a little room,
We must hurry,
picking flowers from the pots and decorating the room.
like we got eagle's wings and 1,000 feet. His cigarettes,
Setting the jar in the room.
his slipper,
Suzuki gets them from the shrine.
his chair. Suzuki, hustle.
Suzuki hastens off. Madame Butterfly shakes a cushion and drops it on the floor.
His bed.
Suzuki enters with a steamer chair, which he places upside down.
Now his room fixed.
Suzuki closes the shoji. Madame Butterfly adjusts the chair and sets the lanterns about the room.
Bring me my widest obi. Kanzashi for my hair. Poppies must look very pretty.
Rest is best beauty. He no come yet. Sleep little first.
No time.
Taking up a small mirror and looking critically at herself.
He must see me look most pretty ever. You think I changed since he went away? Not so beauty?
Suzuki is silent.
What? I am.
Brandishing the mirror,
Say so.
Perhaps you rest little, or once more you get so pretty again.
Again?
Trouble thus make change.
Much change.
still looking in the glass.
No, I am no more pretty. And he comes soon.
On her knees in front of Suzuki, resting her forehead on the maid's feet.
Ah, Suzuki, be kind with me. Make me pretty. Don't say you can't, you must. And tomorrow the gods will. Ah, yes, you can, you got to. Bring powder, comb, rouge, henna, fix it hair like on wedding day.
Suzuki brings the toilet articles, and they sit on the floor. Suzuki puts the poppies and pins in Madame Butterfly's hair, and she, in turn, dresses the baby, enveloping him in an obi so wide that it almost covers the child.
Now, baby, when you cry, he'll sing you those little American song he sing me when I cry. Song all Americans sing for baby.
Sitting with the baby in front of her, swaying it by the arms, she sings.
Rock-a-bye baby, off in Japan. You just a picture off of a fan.
Suzuki has found it very difficult to finish the toilette, but at last she accompanies it. Madame Butterfly lifts the baby up, gives it a doll, then touches it with rouge and adds a final dash of rouge on her own face.
Now for watch for papa.
Putting the flag in the child's hand, she takes it up to the window and makes 3 holes in the soji, one low down for the baby. As the 3 look through the soji, they form the picture she has already described. During the vigil, the night comes on. Suzuki lights the floor lamps, the stars come out, and the dawn breaks. The floor lights flicker out one by one. The birds begin to sing, and the day discovers Suzuki and the baby fast asleep on the floor. But Madame Butterfly is awake, still watching, her face white and strained. She reaches out her hands and rouses Suzuki. Suzuki, starting to her feet, surprised and looking about the room.
He no come yet.
No.
Oh,
Madame Butterfly, with an imperious gesture.
No. Oh, he will come. Bring fresh flowers.
She collects the lanterns as Suzuki brings in fresh flowers. Madame Butterfly tears up the roses and throws their leaves in Pinkerton's room. Then, pointing to the upper part of the house,
Now I watch from little lookout place.
she picks up the child, whose doll drops from its hand.
Have most best nice breakfast ready when he come.
She leaves the room, and Suzuki goes to prepare the breakfast. The stage is empty. Very faintly, a strain of I Call Her the Belle of Japan is heard. Madame Butterfly is singing that she may not weep. A pause. Someone knocks on the door. Lieutenant Pinkerton's voice calls outside the soji.
Madame Butterfly? Madame Butterfly?
Coming into the room, he looks about.
Butterfly?
Sharpless, following him.
They've seen the ship. These decorations were not here when I called.
Madame Butterfly, singing to hush the child.
Rock-a-bye baby, off in Japan.
Lieutenant Pinkerton listens to the song coming from above.
You just a picture off of a fan.
She's watching the ship.
Noticing the screened-off part of the room,
My room. Just as it used to look. My chair.
picking up the doll which the child has dropped.
Poor kid. Poor little devil. Sharpless, I thought when I left this house the few tears, sobs, little polite regrets would be over as I crossed the threshold. I started to come back for a minute, but I said to myself, don't do it. By this time she's ringing your gold pieces to make sure they're good. You know that class of Japanese girl, and
Sharpless, seeing Nakoto who is at the soji.
Look here, I have something to settle with you.
Nakoto comes in cautiously.
Why did you seek out my friend's wife at the pier?
why did you tell her that story? The child and all. Answer me.
Nakoto to Sharpless.
Your Excellency, I but thought if trouble came between the two women, he would surely break with Cho-Cho-san, and then she would be glad to marry the rich Yamadori, and I get big fee.
Exit.
You'll never get it.
To Pinkerton.
She'll starve first.
Sharpless, thank God, that's one thing I can do. Money.
He takes out an envelope containing some money.
What did your wife say, Pinkerton?
Well, it was rather rough on her. Only married 4 months. Sharpless, my Kate's an angel. She offered to take the child. Made me promise I'd speak of it to Butterfly.
Madame Butterfly calling from above.
Suzuki?
She's coming.
Pinkerton instinctively draws behind the screen. Madame Butterfly coming down the stairs with the sleeping baby on her back, calling.
Suzuki, come for baby.
Kissing the child.
Nice little eye. Pick out of blue sky. All shut up.
Lieutenant Pinkerton aside to Sharpless, his eyes fixed on the mother and child.
I can't face it. I'm going. Give her the money.
Suzuki entering and seeing Pinkerton as he passes out of the door.
Ah!
Sharpless gives her a warning gesture. Madame Butterfly, seeing Suzuki's astonished face,
What?
she puts the baby in Suzuki's arms. Suzuki goes out quickly. Madame Butterfly sees the consul.
You?
Joyously,
Oh, you seen him?
Yes.
And you told him?
Well,
But you told him of Baby?
yes.
Madame Butterfly, wiping her dry lips.
Yes, that's right. That's what I asked you to. And what he say?
Well,
Taking out the envelope and giving her the money which she takes without looking at it.
he said he was crazy to see you and...
Aside,
What the devil can I say?
to her,
You know he can't leave the ship just yet.
pointing to the package in her hand.
That is in remembrance of the past. He wishes you to be always happy, to have the best of luck. He hopes to see you soon, and...
The lies die out on his lips. Madame Butterfly, bending and kissing his hand.
All the gods in the heavens bless you.
Overcome, she staggers. Sharpless catches her, puts her into the chair. She leans against him, her face upraised, her eyes closed. Kate, entering hurriedly.
Has Lieutenant Pinkerton gone? Has my husband been here?
Madame Butterfly hears and opens her eyes.
For God's sake.
He looks at Madame Butterfly, whose eyes are fixed on his with a look of despair.
Come, we can overtake him.
Kate, in a lower voice.
Did he speak to her of the...
No.
Then I will ask.
For the first time seeing Madame Butterfly,
Is this...
Sharpless nods and goes. There is a short pause, while the two women look at each other. Then Madame Butterfly, still seated, slowly bows her head.
Why, you poor little thing. Who in the world could blame you or call you responsible? You pretty little plaything.
Takes Madame Butterfly in her arms. Madame Butterfly, softly.
No, plaything. I am Mrs. Lieutenant B.F. No. Now I am only Cho-Cho-san. But no plaything.
She rises, then impassively.
How long you been married?
4 months?
Madame Butterfly, counting on her fingers.
Oh, 4.
Won't you let me do something for the child? Where is he?
Madame Butterfly gestures towards the next room. Kate, seeing the child.
Ah, the dear little thing. May I...
No, can look no can touch.
Let us think first of the child, for his own good. Let me take him home to my country. I will do all I would do for my own.
Madame Butterfly, showing no emotion.
He not know then me, his mother.
It's hard, very hard, I know. But would it not be better?
Madame Butterfly, taking the money box from her sleeve and giving the coins to Kate.
That's his $2. All that's left of his monies. I shall need no more.
She hands Kate the envelope which Sharpless has just given.
I like if you also say I sorry. No, no, no. Glad. Glad. I wish him that same happiness like he wish for me. And tell him I shall be happy. Maybe. Thank him, Mr. B. F. Pinkerton, for also that kindness he have been unto me. And permit me to thank you, Augustness, for that same. You must best lucky girl in this whole world. Good night.
She stands stolidly with her eyes closed. Kate, wiping her eyes,
But the child.
Come back 15 minutes.
with closed eyes, she bows politely.
Sayonara.
Kate reluctantly goes.
God help me, but no sun can shine.
Suzuki, who has listened, sinks at Madame Butterfly's feet.
Don't cry, Suzuki, little maiden. I disappoint, a little disappoint. Don't cry.
Running her hand over Suzuki's head as she kneels.
That's short while ago. You asked me rest. Sleep. Well, go away and I will rest now. I wish rest, sleep, long sleep. And when you see me again, I pray you look whether I be not beautiful again. As a bride.
Suzuki, understanding, sobbing.
No, no, no.
So that I suffer no more. Goodbye, little maiden.
Suzuki does not go. Madame Butterfly claps her hands, and sobbing, Suzuki leaves the room. Madame Butterfly bolts the shoji and the door, lights fresh incense before the shrine, takes down her father's sword, and reads the inscription.
To die with honor, when one can no longer live with honor.
She draws her finger across the blade to test the sharpness of the sword, then picks up the hand-glass, puts on more rouge, rearranges the poppies in her hair, bows to the shrine, and is about to press the blade of the sword against her neck when the door is opened and the child is pushed into the room by Suzuki, who keeps out of sight. Madame Butterfly drops the sword and takes the baby in her arms. A knocking is heard, but she pays no heed. She sets the child on a mat, puts the American flag in its hand, and, picking up the sword, goes behind the screen that the child may not see what she is about to do. A short pause. The sword is heard to drop. Madame Butterfly reappears, her face deathly, a scarf about her neck to conceal the wound. Suzuki opens the door, sees the face of her mistress, backs out of the room in horror. Madame Butterfly drops to her knees as she reaches the child, and clasps it to her. A hand is thrust through the shoji, and the bolt is drawn. Kate enters quickly, urging the reluctant Pinkerton to follow her. Lieutenant Pinkerton, discerning what she has done,
Oh, Cho-Cho-san.
he draws her to him, with the baby pressed to her heart. She waves the child's hand which holds the flag, saying faintly,
Bad those robins didn't mess again.
she dies.